Now, one of the shows, obviously, we got a lot of shows we're looking forward to, a lot of movies we're looking forward to. Obviously, we're looking forward to Obi-Wan, looking forward to Ms. Marvel, looking forward to Doctor Strange, looking forward to Morbius and The Flash and all the other stuff that's coming. But I think it's safe to say that out of the three people in this room, there is one piece of content coming that stands above all for one person in this room, and that would be Moon Knight. And Rob is desperately looking forward to Moon Knight, as he has been ever since they announced it over 2 years ago at D23.
Oh boy.
And Moon Knight is nigh, Rob. Moon Knight is nigh. And a part of being nigh means the marketing picks up. And as a result of the marketing, a brand new clip got released. A new clip of Moon Knight got released. Now, we've seen glimpses of this clip in some promo material before, but in this one, we actually get a really good look. It's that scene where we have Spectre, and for whatever reason, my phone is ringing. We have Spectre in the elevator, and he thinks he sees, I'm guessing is like Khonshu coming at him or something like that at some point.
Scary stuff.
Scary stuff. Looks like Khonshu's coming down the hallway at him. Turns out to be this nice Asian lady coming in, and the Asian lady freaks out, and of course it ends up with the whole kind of horror movie trope sort of thing. And I'll tell you what, while there is no context to this scene whatsoever, so I mean, maybe that's a manifestation of Khonshu, maybe it's something else. I'm not nearly as well versed on Moon Knight as you are, clearly. And maybe the lady in the elevator is significant, maybe she's not, whatever. So context, I don't know anything about the context. But this was the first real good long look at a full scene. And what really stood out to me was the cinematic nature of it. Now, some of the Disney Plus stuff, is great and everything, but it's fine. Not everything needs to have that cinematic feel. This just had it, though. And I think for something that's going to have the tense nature of it and probably some of the horror aspects and the adventure aspects of it, I think that cinematic feel is really adding to it. And again, I don't want to jump ahead of myself because we are just talking about one clip of one scene completely out of context. But I loved what I saw. I think it looks great, and it's only amped my excitement for Moon Knight. Rob, you're taking a look at it here. What did you think about this clip from Moon Knight?
Well, I mean, I really like the way it was shot. It reminded me of something James Wan might do in an Insidious movie. The idea, I've been wondering, like in this show, is Khonshu real? Like at first, the first iterations of Moon Knight, it wasn't necessarily an entity, but then as the Moon Knight mythology was developed over the years, Khonshu is now let's call it entity, real. It's out there. So I'm just curious how they're going to handle it all. John, there's so many different, as we've said, iterations of this character. I'm not quite sure. It looks like an amalgamation of different iterations of Moon Knight, which I'm totally okay with. I have no problem with that because Moon Knight's been all over the place. Moon Knight is a character that needs definition. And I think that whatever this show does, it will be defining Moon Knight moving forward. And I'm excited for that. And this show, dude, it looks like they spared no expense. They have a great actor in Oscar Isaac, one of my favorite actors working today, front and center. And everything about this show, I'm looking forward to seeing Ethan Hawke. Everything about the show John, I'm just excited.
Now, and there's nobody we know that's as excited about this as you are. So let me get you to put your salesman hat on for a second. Because you probably know and understand Moon Knight better than anybody else, either on this show right now or watching this show right now. So, knowing what you know about the character, having seen the trailers you've seen, and now watching this clip, and somebody comes to you and says, hey, I don't know anything about Moon Knight. Should I watch this, and why? What would be your sales pitch as probably the most learned of all Moon Knight fans? Like, what would be your pitch to them on that right now?
The funny thing is that what I would want to say probably wouldn't sell them. So if I was going to sell a layperson that didn't know anything about this, I said, this is the story of a man who must find it within himself, despite his many personal difficulties. He must find it within himself to overcome those difficulties mental difficulties and dig deep and find it within himself to triumph over the forces of adversary, both inside his mind and in the outside world.
Ooh, that's a good pitch.
You like that?
I like that pitch. By the way, one of the live viewers, and I'm trying to figure out who said it. I missed it, but one of the live viewers is saying like, will Moon Knight become an Avenger? And that's going to be a theme of today's show. Actually, is like who is and who is not an Avenger. But there are some problems with the Moon Knight character inherently that may not make him an ideal member of the Avengers. Do you see this character becoming an Avenger?
Well, of course, he has been an Avenger in the comics.
Right.
It really depends. It's very funny. I recently reread Avengers Disassembled. And when all of anyone who's been a former Avenger is outside the decimated Avengers mansion, when the rest of the Avengers, the current roster, comes out, and they're all there to show their support, Moon Knight is there. Moon Knight is there to show support for his former teammates. I think he could very well be, but it really depends on what they're going to do and how they define his powers. Because I could see a world where Moon Knight doesn't have a whole hell of a lot to offer the MCU Avengers. But John, to be honest, I would love to see him be an Avenger. In the comics, he's been both an East and West Coast Avenger, so I hope so. But it really depends how they're going to define him within the MCU.
Right. Well, question is for you guys. Did you have a chance to see this new clip for Moon Knight? I think it looks great. Rob is excited about it. What are you guys feeling about it right now? Jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, we want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of today's video, Peloton. Now listen, in the never-ending quest to try to stay in shape, one of the keys is to vary up your workout and your exercises to make sure you avoid losing your motivation and keep from getting burnt out from doing the same thing over and over again. Peloton has you covered. I know for me, one of the keys was getting my Peloton tread and using the Peloton app to get my varied workouts in. And Peloton just keeps pushing you forward with new classes, new music, new ways to keep your workouts fun and motivating. One of the newer offerings that has me personally really excited is their boxing classes. Peloton is stepping into the ring with its newest discipline, and you don't even have to have any gloves. Discover a fast, furious, and fun workout with Peloton instructors in your corner. Even if you've never boxed before, these classes will have you working up a sweat while working on the fundamentals of form, footwork, and fun combos that will keep you on your toes. Peloton has a workout for every day and every kind of schedule. So guys, right now, visit onepeloton.com to learn more. That's ONEPELOTON.com.